Hi, my name is Jane. I am studying to be a high school math teacher at UVic. Today, I am here to tell you what it means to be literate. So to be literate means, according to dictionary.com, it's to have a knowledge or skill in a specific field. So what does it mean to be literate in mathematics? And more specifically, in Math 8, what does it mean to be literate in Mathematics 8? So here's Johnny. He's in grade 8 and he's also going into grade 8 math class. In order for him to be successful in Math 8, he needs skills, attitudes, and knowledge. So here are the three things you need to accomplish in order to be literate in Mathematics 8. So there are a total of 6 key concepts in order to be literate in Math 8. Under cognitive or knowledge umbrella, there's math knowledge and abstract thinking. Under skills or psychomotor umbrella, there are problem-solving skills, analyzing skills, and then communication skills. Under attitude, there is reasoning and also communication skills. The first key concept is math knowledge. Students learn math from kindergarten to grade 7, and they should carry that knowledge into a grade 8 class. They should be able to know what fractions look like and do basic operations such as addition, multiplication, and division. And students should be able to know what 94 is. So 94 in this case, when you read it, you can imagine that is a number 94. Second key concept is abstract thinking. Students should be able to think abstractly. They should be able to imagine one-dimensional, two-dimensional, and up to three-dimensional, and they should also have a number sense. That's another part of abstract thinking. Third key concept is problem solving. Students need to evaluate information on their own and breaking down key components, and they come up with many ways to solve problems and decide which one is the best way to solve the problem. Eventually, students need to be able to use numbers to solve real-world problems. Fourth key concept is reasoning. Students should be able to think logically and wondering why, and they should be able to explain why they chose such a way to solve their problems. Fifth key concept is analyzing. Students should be able to analyze information, and they should be able to decipher a question. So if there's a world problem given, students read the problems and be able to dissect the problem and see what is really questioned and what they're really asking. The last key concept is communication skill. So students be able to use math language so they can think mathematically and they can speak mathematically, and they should also be able to communicate and work as a team with other students in their class. Students should be able to ask questions and ask for help from teachers or from other students they are working with. So now we're moving on to looking at possible challenges or issues that we're going to face as a teacher. So students, if they have older siblings who are not good at math, and they kept saying math sucks or I hate math in front of them, that students will walk into your class most likely thinking, why am I even here? I'm gonna be bad at math too, just like my brother or just like my sister. Or if they were not good at math in grade 6 or grade 7, they're gonna be even more nervous coming into grade 8. And kids, they say they're so busy, they have soccer practice, basketball, or they're so distracted. When do they actually have time to sit and just do math? On the other side, there may be students who come in with positive attitude. If they love a show called Big Bang Theory, they love physics and numbers, they'll be so excited coming into your math class. And also if they love looking at YouTube videos or tutorials such as Khan Academy and they're eager to learn more, they'll be super excited and ready to be in your class. Also, there is a calculator. Some students may be familiar with it, some students may not. And also you should really consider as a teacher that not every student can afford to buy a calculator. Aboriginal students bring in different backgrounds and different learning experience. So you should be able to, as a teacher, respect that and making a connection using math. So they should be more engaged and they're more interested in learning. Alright, now it's time for me to show you some of my examples. So number, this is one of the PLO of Math 8. It's to demonstrate an understanding of multiplying and dividing between fractions. So first, I'll explain to my students using notes, and we'll do a couple practice questions using worksheets. Then, I'm gonna give them this vegan brownie recipe. This recipe is 12 squares of brownie, and I give them two different scenarios. One's to make 6 squares of brownies. And in order for them to make 6 squares of brownies, they just need to divide everything by 2. And they will use their fraction division to calculate it. And they're having fun because they are distracted thinking about brownies. I'm a big believer of making connections to what we learn in the classroom to what they do at home. So things like baking. Everyone bakes. Well, not everyone, but it's quite common things to do at home. And baking recipe that is very accessible and it costs nothing. So it's such an easy text to use in the classroom or outside a classroom. Second PLO that I want to look at is measuring the surface area of right rectangular prisms. So again, first I will explain how to calculate the surface area of right rectangular prisms, and we'll do a couple practice questions on the worksheets. Then I'll ask my students to bring an object that is right rectangular shaped, so cereal box, shoe box, in this case deck of cards because that fits in front of camera. And we'll measure that length, width, and the height using rulers, and we'll be able to calculate the surface area of a deck of cards in this case. And this is a really fun activity for every student, but especially for the textile learners and visual learners. And this text, the box, is so accessible. They can get it in the classroom or anywhere or even their home, and again, it's making a connection to what we learn in the classroom to the outside. So here's little Johnny, confused and nervous to going into grade 8 math. Once he gains all the math knowledge from kindergarten to grade 7, and he's able to think abstractly, and he gains his problem-solving skills and reasoning skills and analyzing skills, and also he developed his communication skills. He's literate in Mathematics 8. So using multimodality in our classroom and understanding how to be literate in our teaching subject, this will push our pedagogy of being a successful math teacher.